Hello everyone, welcome to Saral English at Sakhar Institute. So in my last video, I had talked about simple present tense and I had explained to you that in simple present tense, we mostly talk about activities which we are performing in our day-to-day life. If we compare with Hindi, then sentences usually finish like मैं सुबह जल्दी उठता हूँ, मेरे पापा बैंक में काम करते हैं, मेरी बहन शाम को जिम जाती है, मेरा भाई फुटबॉल खेलता है, मेरे नेबर्स मेरे घर आते जाते रहते हैं. So all the sentences which finish with ता है, ती है, ते हैं, they fall under the category of simple present tense. Now in order to understand the tense a little further, let's take help of 5 W's and 1 H. 5 W's means what, when, where, why, who and how. Whenever you have to understand any tense, it's better to understand it through these 5 W's and 1 H. If you cover up questions starting with these 5 W's and 1 H, you are able to understand or you're able to get a gist at least of the tense. Fine. So let's start. Fine. So and when I'm asking questions, you should also try to answer the same questions yourself. You can pause the video, you can answer on your own, and then you can play the video again. So here I'm going to ask questions about with second person and third person. Third person can be singular and plural. So as I told you, when we are talking about third person singular, we have to be very careful about using S with the verb. And with third person plural, obviously rules are same as with first person and second person. That means no S with the verb. So what time do you get up in the morning? I get up around 6 in the morning. What time does your mother get up in the morning? My mother gets up quite early in the morning. Where do you work? I work in an office near my house. Where does your father work? My father runs his own business. When do you want to start this project? I want to start this project as soon as possible. When does he plan to go abroad? He plans to go abroad before March next year. When do they want to throw the party? They want to throw the party on their son's 18th birthday. So, now let's come to who. Now with who you have to be a little careful, because here we are not saying like who does teach you, आपको कौन पढ़ाता है, then we will not use like who does teach you. We will simply attach S with the verb, like who teaches you at home. Answer, my mother teaches me at home, or no one teaches me at home, I study on my own. Fine. But if the question is in negative, who does not come for the class regularly? So there we are using does. Fine. So who does not come for the class regularly? Reena doesn't come for the class regularly. Reena often misses her class. Fine. Who plays with you in the evening? My friends play with me in the evening. Who doesn't go down to play? Rohan usually doesn't go down to play. So you have to be a little careful about questions starting with who. Fine. It's only for beginners or for people with very elementary knowledge of English that they might be facing this problem. Otherwise, I think this is not much of a big problem. Fine. And but yes, we will keep practicing it. Let me tell you again, as I have already told you, we are not learning a subject, we are learning a language. So in language, we keep repeating. Fine. It's not like that we have covered chapter 1, we have covered chapter 2, we have covered chapter 3, so the revision will be done at the end of the session. No, there's nothing like that. Fine. The way we talk at home, the sentences we use at home, we converse at home with our friends, family, with our colleagues at office, fine. We do repeat sentences, and sometimes one sentence is repeated 10 times in a day, maybe, or maybe more, fine. So language learning is all about repetitions. The more you repeat, the faster you learn, fine. So this is one you can say mantra which we are going to keep with us for learning this language. Now, why do you want to improve your English? I want to improve my English because I am planning to go abroad for higher studies. I want to improve my English because I want to get admission in a good college. Now, the first question I answered was, I want to improve my English because I am planning to go abroad. So one thing again you have to keep in mind, like many students or many learners, they feel that if the question is in present tense, answer has to be only in simple present tense. No, answer can be in any tense. Fine. Even if the question is in present tense, answer can be in past tense, answer can be in future tense, answer can be in present continuous tense, fine. So because it's a language, fine. That's one thing you have to remember. You have to keep reminding yourself again and again. Like if you say, why do you want to change your college? I want to change my college because I am not feeling comfortable here. I want to change my college because all my friends study in a different college and I want to move there. I want to change my college because this college is too far from my house. Fine. Okay. How do you go to school? I go to school on my own. My father drops me to school. I go to school by bus. So basically, like for learning any language, try to cover up questions starting with what, when, where, why, who and how. If you have covered at least 3-4 questions starting with all these like what, when, where, why, then you'll be able to at least get a gist of that language. Now let's do a quick revision of yes or no questions, and then we'll move to more questions in this tense. Fine. Do you read the newspaper every day? Yes, I read the newspaper every day. No, I don't read the newspaper every day. Do you go to the temple every evening? Yes, I go to the temple every evening. No, I don't go to the temple every evening. Do you believe in God? Yes, I believe in God. No, I don't believe in God. Do your friends come to your place very often? Yes, my friends come to my place very often. No, my friends don't come to my place very often. Does she want to switch her job? Yes, she wants to switch her job. No, she has no plans of switching her job. Right? Does she want to get married? Yes, she wants to get married. No, she doesn't want to get married right now. She wants to wait for another 2 years. Does he study in the same college as yours? Yes, he studies in my college. No, he doesn't study in my college. So this is how you are answering questions in yes and no. Fine. Now let's take some more questions to understand the tense a little further. Why do you want to go abroad? I want to go abroad for higher studies. I want to go abroad because my relatives live there and they feel I should come there and settle abroad. I want to go abroad because I feel there is a lot of struggle in a place like India. I want to go abroad because I am simply fascinated by the idea of going abroad. Right? So One more thing I would like to share with all my listeners out here, that very soon I am planning to start an interactive session from both sides, because I feel that language learning can never be a just one-way communication. Unless until I know that how my listeners are responding, unless until I know that all the people who are listening to my videos, are they actually getting it or not, there's no point in making my videos. So what I've decided is that maybe after a few sessions, after I come up with few more videos, I can just start with a Zoom class. To begin with, we can just start with one class per week, and in the Zoom class what we can do is we can have few students, few learners who can we all can come together on one platform, and there we'll be able to interact with each other. Because unless until you speak, unless until you interact with me or with other people, you will not be able to gain confidence. And unless until confidence is not there, you'll not be able to speak very fluently, even though in your mind you may be thinking, oh yes, now I know this sentence, I can speak this sentence very properly. You'll not be able to speak it very fluently in public or when you're surrounded by a group of people. So gaining confidence is equally important. Rather, it is more important. Like sometimes you may have heard people, not speaking very correct English. They are speaking quite grammatically wrong, but they are still having that. But at least they are having the confidence, so they are speaking. So confidence. How is confidence gained? Basically, confidence is basically gained when you speak with more and more people. So unless until we start with that Zoom class, or I'm thinking of other ways how we can do that, because I think two-way communication is very, very important. Fine. So all the people who are interested in joining the Zoom class can write to me in the comment box that they are interested. Fine. Then I can see the number of people we are having for the Zoom class, and then we can come up with an idea. Either we can have we can form a group on WhatsApp, or we can do it on Zoom. Fine. Like as I proceed with my videos, we'll see how we can go about it. Fine. So that's all for the class today, and we'll practice it more in my coming videos. And as I said, it's not a subject, it's a language, so we are not going to follow a step-by-step procedure. Fine. In my next video, I can come up with a very new thing which you may not even be thinking of. Fine. Because we are learning a language. That's it. Fine. It's not a subject, it's a language. And yes, you can learn it, and I'm very sure that if you are already watching my videos and if you are listening to my shorts, you may already be gaining. Fine. And in my shorts, in my YouTube shorts and all, I usually come up with sentences which we speak in our day-to-day life, and in those sentences I try to come up with vocabulary which is not very commonly used in day-to-day life. I usually try to come up with sentences which can enhance your thinking capacity, how to think fast, and how to basically be very active, and how to be very how to basically increase the connection between your as I said, between your mind and your tongue. Fine. That's the basic thing I'm trying to work upon in my videos, which I'm doing in shorts. So that's all for today, guys. See you again in my next video, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.